Use these little cutters for cutting the bodies of the ants. And we just have some regular craft foam that you can see here. And I think we got this at one of the craft stores, either Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something of that matter, but works out pretty good. And I'm going to grab the medium size. Well, it's like the second to smallest. So move that out of the way. And we'll put our little cutting pad here. Actually, I want to turn that over. Basically, what we can do here is just press. And it should have cut through. Looks like it had a little bit of a hard time. There we go. So I cut through. You can see that in the camera there. And just pull out the body. I like trying to get them to cut fully through. It just makes it easier because look, if I do this, I end up ripping the foam, which is not kosher, but it works. So, like I said, I'm just trying to cut all the way through. You have to be really careful with these foam cutters because the blades are very, very, very thin when cutting. So, if you take and cut too hard into the mat, one, you're going to overuse your mat, and the other thing is you're going to dull the cutter, or you could actually bend the blades on the cutter. So that's just one of the things that I try and not do is overcut on the cutter, I guess. What am I trying to say? Trying not to leave anything behind. I want to make a full cut with the cutter into the foam. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So as you can see, that didn't cut all the way through, but that's okay. I can rip up through the tip. And like I said, what I typically will do is I'll do a bunch of these all at once, like bulk batch cut them, and then I'll get ready to go ahead and tie up these ants. And that's just kind of one of the fun little things of fly tying or making something with your hands. Is you get to be creative. You get to play around and be super creative in the process. Pink shank hook. So let's go ahead. You can see how small and dainty that is. I mean, that's just super small. Super, super small. I can barely pick it up with my fingers. And put that in the vise. Go ahead and lock that down there. And for the thread, I'm going to use, this looks like it is a UTC. I would imagine this is, this is a 70 denier. So it's a little light, but that's okay because I don't like to do the big bulk on the thread. I can always tell that I'm using my wife's scissors because they got the little holes in them. Let's go ahead and grab my my favorite ones here. These are a little bit bigger, for bigger hands, bigger fingers. So go ahead and put that on. And like I said, I do two of these cut bodies, and what I'm doing is I'm just wrapping that point on there, point of the body. As you can see, this has a nice little tip, little point to it from the cutter. So I put the one on, and then I go underneath. Go ahead and turn this around so you can kind of get a little bit more perspective. Go underneath to behind that kink point, and then I'll put my body on. I'll just kind of pop it up a little bit. Just create a little hunch. Go ahead and cinch that back down. Yeah, see if we can get that to fall. And then I'll go to the front, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab my other body, put that on top, and just plow around underneath, go underneath the body, a second body, just give that a nice little wrap in there. And for good measure, I'm just going to go ahead and put, because you never know when your thread's going to break. So you always want to secure that all up. Just like so. And we're going to go ahead and do some white legs here. Go ahead. Change the view around. And I'm going to cut these a little longer than normal. And I typically like to try and tie these in pairs of 2. The rubber legs. So we got that one on there. Just wants to roll a little bit. Now this is the fun part. This is where I struggle a little bit. And it's always the far away part of tying anything. It could be a deer hair fly, it could be just about anything. So I always like to rotate the vise. As you can see, I rotated the vise so the far away part of it is standing up. And go ahead and rotate back there. And there you have it. Got this little fancy tool. This is a little, you can use a pen, like an ink pen, if you take the ink part out, or you can get these little brass tubes. And we just wrap that around, slide it over the hook eye, and I'll do 2 wraps there, and just kind of put that up on there like so. Okay. And that's pretty much all I do with that tying process right there. And then, of course, we'll hit it with a little bit of this UV glue that we use just to secure those wraps. And we got the UV light that'll kick it off, harden it up, make it look all good. I'll do a little bit underneath here just to make sure that we're good and secure. There we go. Harden it up. It doesn't take very long. It's just a matter of a couple seconds. You know, that around, and that's it. That's a number 12. You could trim these a little bit shorter, but for the customers that we tie these for, we just leave them a little bit longer, just because it, let them trim it up. You know, it's always better to have long than short, because I tell you, you can always cut shorter, but you can't always grow anything longer. So that's it. That's the ant with the white rubber legs, black body, all made with this craft foam. And like I said, we use the foam cutters and some other basic fly tying tools. So I hope that helps you out. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to check this out, check this video out, and I look forward to doing more of these with you. And until next time, my name is Nicholas, and I'm with Village Tackle, And you can always find out more information about us at villagetackle.com, or you go over to our website where we sell our products at dressedhooks.com. And of course, just check us all out. We're all over the place under Village Tackle, and catch you in the next one.